Hi and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm looking at the Morphy Richards Saute and Soup Maker. It's a competitively priced, simple to use soup maker that allows you to produce healthy and tasty meals with minimal hands-on time. So quick disclosure, this soup maker was gifted to me by Morphy Richards, but I've been a long time user of their soup makers and you'll get my honest opinion of this model. Now, if you're wondering why you need a soup maker at all, it's all about speed and efficiency. Most soup makers allow you to do a few minutes preparation, fill the jug with the ingredients and walk away safe in the knowledge that it won't boil over and it doesn't need stirring. And while you carry on with other things, the soup maker cooks and blends, and in as little as 21 minutes, you have a nutritious meal, or in fact, 1.6 litres of soup in the case of this model, which equates to 4 or 5 servings. I absolutely live by my soup maker every week during the winter because while I'm working at home, it means that I can cook one batch of soup, divide it up into portions, put those in the freezer, and then during the week I can pull those portions out of the freezer one by one, stick them in the microwave, and really quickly I have a healthy lunch. One thing I always advise people to look for in any soup maker they're considering buying is a built-in saute function, so you can cook everything from scratch in the jug without creating extra washing up. This Morphy Richards model has that, and the control for it is not on the lid with the other controls. It's actually on the handle of the jug, which threw me a little bit when I unboxed it. And it means that you can only use it when the lid is removed. This is actually really sensible, as it means you can see the ingredients you're frying and stir them, because of course the lid's off. I've actually had other soup makers, including the Morphy Richards Total Control model, where the saute function only works when the lid is on. So you have to pause cooking in order to stir it. So I really like this design with the saute function on the handle. If you forget any ingredients when you're making your soup, you can take the lid off mid-cycle and just pop them in. The LED screen on the top of the jug gives you a countdown and shows you what stage of the programme you're at. The symbols they use are a little bit quirky and they do take some getting used to. I confess I actually thought I had a 40 screen to start with, but no, they are supposed to look like that. The maximum level that you can fill the soup maker to is 1.6 litres, and there are clear markings on both the outside and the inside of the jug. Out of interest, in this video I'm cooking recipes from my favourite soup maker cookery book, which I've been using for 5 years, and there's a link to it in the description along with a couple of recommendations of recipes that I love to get you started. So you can choose between smooth and chunky soup with this model, and it features a special Serrator blade which stays sharp for 12 times as long as a standard blade apparently, and that's what makes it really good at making the soup very smooth. It's also worth mentioning that the instruction booklet that comes with this soup maker is excellent. It's just in English and it has clear images as well as in-depth written instructions. Washing the jug is easy, but remember you cannot submerge any part of the soup maker, and you do have to be careful not to get any of the electrical parts wet. That is actually what killed off my last soup maker when my 12-year-old put the lid into a sink full of water. The cable length on this is good and it is removable, so if you wanted a longer one, it's easy to swap it out. In theory, this soup maker can also be used for making milkshakes, stew and juice, but to be honest, I think it's likely that all of us will have other appliances that do those jobs better, and this is just good for making soup. So what are the downsides to this model? Well, this isn't Morphy Richards' top-of-the-range soup maker, and there are a couple of things which I don't love about it. Firstly, the control panel is really basic, especially in comparison with their Total Control soup maker. And secondly, this model produces an awful lot of steam. If you think those factors might bother you too, it may be worth spending a little bit extra on the more sophisticated model. And if you're interested in seeing their top-of-the-range Total Control soup maker, the review for that is popping up on the screen right now. Now, if you found this video helpful, please do hit the like button, and if you're interested in seeing more reviews of UK domestic appliances, then please hit the subscribe button and the notifications, and there's more information as well on my website, which is popping up on the screen right now.